Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, platinum analyst Johnson Matthey says that platinum may peak at $1,900 an ounce in the next 6 months. International Energy Agency says it will be the end of coal power in Western Europe if carbon capture fails. And strategic mine planning software is launched in Johannesburg. The platinum price may peak at $1,900 an ounce in the next 6 months, says Johnson Matthey principal analyst Alison Cowley, whose top-of-the-range forecast for palladium is $850 an ounce. Johnson Matthey also sees palladium trading at an average price of $750 an ounce over the next 6 months.
We're pretty positive about the platinum price going forward. We're looking for an average over the next 6 months of $1,750, but we think that if conditions were right, it could rise as high as $1,900 an ounce. And really, we're looking for a floor at about $1,550 because we think that the investor's attitude to platinum is so positive at the moment that it's difficult to see it descending much below that level. Demand is increasing much faster than supply. What we've seen is a fairly stagnant supply position this year, with South African supplies virtually unchanged compared with last year, because of course in 2009 we saw a number of shaft shutdowns which of course have impacted on production this year. On the positive side, I think it is fair to say that some of the mines are now making great strides on the operational, on the safety and on the cost fronts. So we do see some positive things happening in the industry, but overall in production terms it's a very flat picture this year.
If carbon capture and storage fails as a method of providing clean coal, it will probably mean the end of coal-fired electricity generation in Western Europe. International Energy Agency Clean Coal Centre Manager Robert Davidson tells Mining Weekly online.
If carbon capture and storage doesn't work, it probably means the end for coal-fired power generation in Western Europe. Basically, it is removing the carbon dioxide from the flue gas stream in conventional power plants, transporting it after it's been liquefied through pipelines, and then injecting usually into underground disposal sites. The indications are that it will stay. After all, the natural gas stayed before we forced it out, and we hope that the carbon dioxide will stay after we forced it back in. There are three main methods of capturing carbon dioxide from power plants. One is to absorb it either in a solvent or a sorbent. A second method is to use what's called oxy-fuel combustion. And a third method, which really can't be applied to existing power plants, is to use integrated gasification combined cycle power plants and capture the carbon dioxide pre-combustion rather than after the coal has been burned.
International software developer Gemcom has relaunched its pit improvement and strategic planning software Gemcom Whittle 4.4, which is specifically targeted at the mining industry. Gemcom Vice President for Indo-Africa, Mike Kirsten, tells Resources Watch about the benefits of the new program as well as future prospects for the company.
The new release of Whittle version 4.4 brings a concept of simultaneous optimization, which is an enhancement on the previous optimization tool that Whittle's quite famous for at the moment. Strategic planning is the domain of the Whittle software product, and it's pretty much the de facto industry standard. The simultaneous optimization just takes it to a new level where people can manage their cash flows much more accurately and derive better net present value out of an operation. Whittle 4.4 is the second of 8 releases which are coming out in the next 9 months. Mineshed was a release out recently, and we've got another 7 releases due. So from a technology perspective, there's a lot of new functionality coming out in our products. And I think because we cross the entire value chain of mining, we bring all this together by bundling services in with our product.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged on to miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.